J.Cole is different, bro. J.Cole is different.
Yeah,
he's also right up there with Drake. Like he's probably my number 2.
Drake?
Aubrey? The biggest rapper in the world. Yeah, Drake. Aubrey Graham in the wheelchair. Drake.
Yes.
He's
J. Cole.
in my list.
J. Cole's my number one, yo.
J. Cole's your number one?
He's my
in my
number one
list.
right now. In my
J. Cole
list.
is different.
He's my number one.
J. Cole is
top 5 for
different.
me.
I'm shocked, yo.
J. Cole is right there, bro.
He's
He
up
is
there.
different.
This is the XenHouse podcast. This is episode 27.
2-7.
Yes, sir.
Right, we here.
Yes, sir.
It's your boy, the one and only, the biggest, the best, Des Hines.
Gosh.
My man 5'5" talking about the biggest.
5'9".
This is your boy A. Joe. I'm here.
Facts.
Biggest forehead?
The biggest. Go ahead.
Getting hot already.
And it's your boy, Ross B.
Oh my God.
And today we got a special guest. You know what I'm saying? This guy, he's a town guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a former Black Knight. You know, he was tapped into the baseball world. When he was in high school, he was a captain, you know, as a Black Knight. That's a big thing for us. You know what I'm saying? So then he continued his career at Southern Connecticut. You know what I mean? Where he played all 4 years of baseball. And he was a 2-time captain.
One time.
One-time captain. You know what I mean? We don't need to talk too much about Southern Connecticut. You know what you was doing up there. He was having that good time.
New
You know what I'm
Haven.
saying? You remember
Oh,
that
man.
bar? It was that bar.
That bar.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
Too many
you know,
right
he's
there.
he's a good dude. You know what I mean? Like he was also tapped in with us during COVID and before COVID. He was outside getting in the grind. And he's been locked in. You know what I'm saying? And we wanted to have him on here and just let him kind of break down, you know, some of the things that he's been through. I know we had some talks during COVID about anxiety and stress and stuff like that. So like now to still see him kind of thriving, you know what I mean, is like is major blessing. So everybody welcome Brandon Dosimo or B Whitey
Oh,
or
man, here we go.
Das.
Can't get rid of that nigga, man. You see
Welcome,
it.
my
You
boy.
see it.
Welcome, my boy.
I appreciate
Welcome.
you guys
Welcome,
having me.
big dog.
I appreciate you guys.
So what's going on, man? Fill us into what you got going on right now.
Tell the folks everything you do right now, what you're into.
Right now, I'm a strength and conditioning coach working on a certification. I am a musician or an artist, and I'm a bartender too.
Come on.
Check me out at the bar.
Come on,
Check me
yo.
out at the bar. You looking for a good night? Brick House. Shout out to Danny.
Shout out to Danny.
Shout out to Danny with the
we
crooked
see you,
hat.
Yo,
Shout out to Danny
how
with
was
the
his
crooked
hat?
feet.
How was his hat?
edit
How was
it.
his hat? Chill out.
Danny, you gotta chill out.
Shout out to Dan, yo. That's my guy. Came with the baby Joker hat.
Yo, come
That's
on.
my guy.
Yo.
Yeah, man. Come see us at Brick. But yeah, I'm tapped into the music world now. I the sports was just you know, a thing that I didn't want to give up. Unfortunately, you know, you got to come to the realization that sometimes your dreams as a kid are, you know, going to come to an end. And the music kept me thriving towards something and giving me new challenges. And I've always been a creative. I love creating the music. And when people can tap in and relate to what I'm saying, that's the best feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
It's the best feeling when you make something that they feel just as much. So I'm really tapped into the music.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
So how did, right, like, you've been playing sports probably for your whole
playing.
life, you know what
Still,
I'm saying?
yeah,
But
absolutely.
how do you feel like, you know, like, because being an artist is actually really tough.
It
You
is.
know what I mean? Like, you have to tap into so many different avenues as far as, like, you know, listeners go and people who are interested in actually listening to you rap and, you know, do your thing. Like, how did sports play a factor in you becoming an artist?
I think the biggest correlation is just the versatility that comes with music and sports,
Mhm.
and then the adversity that you got to face. You know, you kind of have to adapt with music, right? It's always adapting. So
Mhm.
there's
That's a
different
true fact.
changes, and it's the same thing with sports and new rules, as we spoke about prior.
Facts.
To actually sitting down, and you gotta have to adapt, and you have to you have to you got to be yourself at the end of the day with the music and the challenges that come in sports and all the losses that you have to take and continue to move forward throughout sports.
That's dope.
Is translating over to the music because, you could drop something that you thought, or personally, I dropped something that I thought was going to go crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to love it. And granted, I have a good support system and a good fan base. And, you always have those people that support and they show love. But what you thought, the expectations that you had, maybe they fall short. So it's like, all right, how do I move forward from here? What do I do different? You know what I mean? And you can't continue to drop the same music because we all listen to it. Everybody knows if you continue to drop the same thing, it kind of gets boring.
Right.
Artists fall off. So it's hard to continue to, like, I don't want to say reinvent, but you got to be different.
Yeah.
You got to give the people what they want, but also not stay the same.
Yeah.
And
separate yourself from the competition.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing with the sports is like, you take that L, but you got to keep moving forward. That's the only thing. And sports has taught me that for sure.
Y'all heard that? Take a L and keep moving forward.
The L is a lesson, man. It's not a loss.
L is a lesson.
The L is a lesson.
Come on now.
And you learn from them. You really do learn from them. And I've learned that more through music actually than sports. Because growing up, it's always like, you lose a game. And sometimes it can become individual, right? Especially, when you're younger, it's like, I had a good game though. Right. You know what I mean? Once you kind of tap into the team aspect and you become that team player, it's different. But, with music, it's just you.
Right.
We all play team sports. So, we can rely on other people to pick us up.
Right.
With music, it's just me.
Yeah.
It's just me. So
go back to the drawing table.
Yeah, I have to make sure that everything is executed properly. And at the end of the day, I just want to be myself because I think that's what people can appreciate the most.
That's it.
So yeah, I've learned a lot throughout the sports lessons and just life lessons as well.
That's it.
That translated to the music.
I got a question for you.
Talk
Why
to
do
me.
you feel it's important to rep Stamford? And I'm going to apply that question to Alex and Ross too, but why do you feel that's important for you to do?
I am the person I am, the artist I am, the athlete I am. Whatever I am is because of where I grew up, right? And the people that I grew up around and the people that raised me. Shout out to my parents. I have them both in my life and they're huge factors. But it's not only that, it's the coaches, the friends, the teachers. They played a huge part in that. And everything was from Stamford.
Community.
The community is here. And obviously, it's, you always want to rep where you're from. Not always. Some people don't, right? Some people don't.
There was a period of time where
some people don't.
Stamford wasn't cool.
But yeah, for me, how could I not? You know what I mean? Because it made me the person I am today. And we also, personally, I feel like we have an amazing city.
Yeah.
We have a lot to offer.
Yep.
There's a ton of different avenues that people can take and opportunities that people can take from our city.
Right.
And for me, this is where I grew up. I love Stamford. And granted, I would love to be sitting in a house in the mountains in Montana or being on the beach in Cali, but this is where I'm from. This is always going to be my roots. So whether I'm out there or here, I'm always going to remember this and all my good memories and all the times that I remember taking those L's and moving forward. That's all from Stamford.
True that.
So I have to rep this city. I love repping this city.
Fellas, same question for you. Why was it important to bring XenHouse here, Stamford?
For me, I feel like everyone that supported us and followed us in our journey is from this town. You know what I'm saying? Like people have seen me at my lowest, at my worst, and the progression now is like, when you're walking around and you kind of like walk into the store and everyone's like, damn, yo, you that guy, right? That opened up the spot downtown. And then they're like, I'm like, yeah, of course. And they're like, oh, are you guys like from the town, blah, blah. And when you tell them you're from the town, it's just like a different appreciation. You know what I mean? Like it's like their respect level is like higher. You know what I mean? They're like, I'm keeping, like being on the South End. It's like, yo, like you're actually growing that part of Stamford. You know what I mean? We're giving back to the community. So that's what's important for me.
I'm not.
For me, being homegrown here, it's like Brandon said. This is where it all started. At the end of the day, you got to remember where you started. the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Mhm.
You got to remember that. So, from teachers to coaches to friends, those people molded who we are in general. So, if you don't appreciate where you are, you're not going to appreciate where you're going. At the end of the day.
Fact.
So, with
All right.
just seeing how it's changed here, you see the development on these buildings, just the people coming, moving in. There are new faces every day. But when you see those faces you grew up with, you know the stuff they went through, and you see that they're successful now.
Mm-hmm.
That bond is a little bit stronger when you see, you know, someone who struggled in high school, now they're becoming someone who's a big name in the town. Someone who wasn't so popular is popular now. Someone who it all changes. But at the end of the day, the people that are here, they've been there before. They understand the grind. They understand what Stanford's been through, and to see it change, it's a blessing.
That's dope.
That's a fact.
So-
Yeah, I was gonna say too, you guys especially, you guys represent what Stanford is,
Mm-hmm.
right? You know what I'm saying? You guys understand. You guys went through the school systems, and we're athletes in the community, and like now you're giving back to it by opening up this dope gym and providing opportunities that maybe we didn't have when we were younger.
That's
for the
true
people
fact.
that are coming up.
That's for the next.
So
Yep.
that's why I think repping the city, being in the city still is another big factor where it's like we represent what Stanford is
Yep.
because we've been here.
Yep.
We've been through it all. So that's
Is that-
another
is
big
that
one.
What
why
about
say,
you?
When you say the works, is that
The boy. So my little slogan is "Boy from the Works."
right?
And
Mhm.
for those of you who don't know, Stanford is the city that works.
That works.
So now you know. The boy from the works.
Listen,
Nobody
and I-
steal that shit.
And I
Don't steal
knew
that
that
shit.
was what it was without having a conversation, but I know there's people that have
Might
no
not
idea
know.
what
They
you're
have,
talking about.
they have
when
no
you say
clue.
The works.
Yeah, I actually just got on a pop out. Shout out to the pop out artist, but I just did a cipher there, and two people reacted to the cipher, and they're like, "Where are you from?" But I said it's the boy from the works.
Yeah.
They don't get it because they're not from
Mhm.
Stanford.
They're like, where the works?
Just,
Where
just
it
get
works,
off,
they
get
wanna-
off exit 9 to make that right. You're gonna see.
They
You're
want to
gonna
know.
see
They
that
see
sign.
the sign. But
City
yeah,
that works.
that's where it comes from, man. The boy from the works.
That's dope.
Love the city.
Hey,
What
what
ab- what ab-
yo, it says.
What's
I don't want to
it?
Don't do
I
it.
don't
Don't
hear
even
nobody
think about
say
it. Don't
What
even
about
think
you?
about
What
it.
about you, Des? You didn't get to.
Yeah,
Just being in Stanford, I was a little bit on the opposite spectrum growing up. I didn't like Stanford. I wanted to get out. I felt like you from a hometown, you're supposed to get out and do something. So I was all about New York
Getting out
City.
of there.
I wanted to be in New York City so bad.
Because you was young and dumb.
Young and stupid, right? It was
Clueless.
only as I got older where I can appreciate, okay, and I was able to see other things. There's people that grow up with one demographic in high school. They only see one thing. We saw Jamaicans.
Everything.
We saw Haitians. Shout out to my Zos. We saw
Haitian.
Asian. We saw Indian. Everybody was in Stanford High School.
Integrated,
So-
yeah.
That's a fact.
When we went out to these other places for colleges, that was our normal, but that's not everyone's normal.
Right.
So realizing that, then realizing how they're building up and all the money that comes through here, that comes through Stanford. I remember going out places, they would say, "Where are you from?" I used to be like, New York, or 45 minutes from New York. You're not going to say Stanford because they're going to be like,
What
where's
the
that?
hell is that? Now?
Now
different.
Stanford, they're like, oh, I know Stanford.
Exactly.
So just being from here, we drove right over here on the south end. I lived here and doing what we're doing now. That's like a, full circle moment. So I'm happy to be from Stanford and still giving back to Stanford.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, that's my thought on that.
So Brandon, I need to hear about this bar thing. You blowing up on TikTok.
Uh-oh.
What's up?
The bartender.
Hey,
mixologist.
Man. Hey man, it's crazy because I work with some bartenders that are so much better than me at bartending. Like
It's a talent for real.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, like Brick House, it's not like a white tablecloth where I work at Prime as well, right? Two different sides of the coin. And Prime, I'm making, espresso martinis, French, this and that. And I'm still asking them because I've only been there for a year.
Yeah.
I'm still asking them, when somebody asks me and I don't know, I'm like, what are the ingredients to this again?
Yep.
And it's more like free pour. So it's like a half ounce of this, half ounce of that. So the people on TikTok probably think I've been doing this for years. But I mean, I got to keep it honest. I'm always going to keep it on. That shit is hard. But I do have fun with it. And I've been at Brick for 4 years. So I understand what it's like to be on the other end of the bar. So I know what the bartending life is like.
Yeah.
But, you know, there goes a whole nother aspect when it comes to like, you know, making the drinks, all the ingredients, and putting things together. But I'm glad you asked, because why the fuck isn't my music popping like my bartending skits are? I don't understand. I always ask the question. I'm like, all right, cool. My bartending one just went crazy. People love the bartending. Maybe it's because they can relate more.
They relate.
I think
to
they
the
can
different
relate
people
more
that-
because
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
goes out, right? Everybody gets it. They love like the corny, funny shit. And then I post a dope freestyle, what I think is dope at least. I'm like, oh, this
You've
one's.
been dropping
dropping
some
I
some
stuff.
appreciate you. I got my
some
foot on the
heat.
gas right now.
Hold on. Before you continue though, we gonna ask you something. This last joint you dropped, right? You said something, wants and needs, right? People saying I do, but it's deja vu. Who you talking about, dogs?
Man, I'm not throwing names out. I'm sure that people.
Who are we talking about?
Yo,
I'm not
that
throwing.
Who
boy-
you talking about?
Yo, I felt that one. I said, "Whoa."
I'm not throwing any names out, but obviously the people that know me know who I was referring to.
Okay.
Right? But I'm just that bar, I know a lot of people recently I say I do. That's just I've been to so many damn weddings and people my age that are getting married, having families.
Pressure.
And yeah, I'm sitting here single, you know.
Always the groomsman, never the groom.
That's it.
Come on, man.
I have a better time, to be honest, in the groom's party
I
or
was
at the
that guy,
wedding
yo.
celebrating. So, you know, but I'm not, I've never been somebody that forces anything. So,
That's it.
you know what I mean? Like if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. And I could accept that the universe is telling me that.
Focus
But
on
yeah,
you.
you know, I was in my feelings. I tapped into a different level when I wrote that song, Blue Rose. I can't lie, I was in my feelings for sure.
Yo, make sure you
But,
pull that up, cause
I'm gonna have to pull it up so that people can see that
gotta,
one.
Yeah, I was
you
in-
gotta-
yeah,
tell them
there's
what's the name of that? What's the
Blue
name of that joint?
Roses, tap into
Blue
Blue Roses. I
Roses.
really got in my bag for that when I spoke on a lot of personal shit in that song. But yeah, I was going to a ton of weddings, and then you know my relationship that I thought was gonna go for a long time. I thought it was a great one.
That's usually how it works.
It just didn't work out, unfortunately, and it's all love. You know what I'm saying? I have nothing
Yeah.
bad, like you know, no animosity, nothing. It's just you know, at this point in our life, that's just where it was at.
Where it was at.
And I had to accept it, unfortunately. But you know, that's what that bar was just. I'm like, damn, I'm going to all these damn weddings, and now I don't even got a +1 to the weddings.
Yeah.
Yo,
That's
I'm
how
going
it
by
is.
myself.
listen, Dots, listen. At one point, I ain't gonna say no names, but I'm gonna look to the right. At one point, Buddy was the fifth wheel
Oh,
everywhere. We was
damn.
like, we were really questioning
You guys
Alex.
pulled the clips of that.
Shout
put
out
clips
to
of that.
yo,
Not
shout
no
out
more.
to Miranda. You saved my boy.
Miranda,
Not
you
no
saved.
Bless you.
You saved me.
Thank you,
You
yo.
saved
Thank you.
me.
Listen,
go.
like Brandon said, you don't force nothing.
Exactly.
Okay? When it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen. That's
right.
But speaking of names, name calling, there's a freestyle you put out recently. And you mentioned a young lady's name. I didn't know who this person was because I'm not really big on famous people.
Okay,
You
I know
mentioned
exactly who you're talking
Abella
about. Abella Danger.
Danger.
Yep.
Who is Abella Danger and who is that to you?
Well, all right, listen.
Yo,
Just in case-
and may I add, she actually responded to him.
Just in case she sees this, you know, I'm gonna take some water. You know, make
Okay.
sure we do this properly. But we just went over that I was single.
Okay.
I don't think I have a hard time in the female department. You know?
Right.
You know, I think
Shoot your
you
shot.
know, I'm a nice, good looking guy, funny, outgoing, right? But you know, I'm single, so Bella Danger pops up on the feed every once in a while. And if you don't know her, she's a porn star.
Oh,
So, you know,
We're going to use another term for the children out there.
We're just
she's
going to
a-
be straightforward.
A professional adult.
Adult film actress.
I'm
She's an
going
adult.
to just say
He's a professional
professional adult. Let's throw that out there.
Professional adult, yeah.
We're
I
going to
guess
leave
we
that
ain't
term
that.
for them kids.
I guess we ain't that. She's an adult film actress.
okay.
So, it was just the name popped up when I was writing the song, and I was like, "This is fire. This is fire." So I used it, yeah. And you know, I was just saying hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
the
mean,
rest is
people shoot their shot all the time.
Shoot their shot. By the way, you said she responded to me. I photoshopped the shit out of that.
Oh, that was.
Photoshopped
Hey,
the
yeah,
shit
chill
out of
out.
that. I got a lot of y'all.
Hey, he's good at what he does because
I
he
got
got
a
me.
lot of y'all. I got a
I
lot
was
of
hyped
y'all.
for my boy.
I was like, yo, that's fire. She responded to you.
Yeah, everybody loved it, but it was more of the marketing aspect. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like it was just because everybody was tapped in. I was dropping like previews of the freestyle and it was getting engagement. But as soon as I dropped the post of a Bella Danger responding to me, now everybody wants to tune in.
I'm looking.
God forbid they tune in because they like me, like my music. They see a they see an adult film
filmmaker.
actress
That's it.
Adult.
in my DMs, and then everybody's going crazy. They want to hear the freestyle. They want to hear. So the marketing worked.
It did work.
But-
Yo, reach
I'm
out to my boy,
I'm an
man.
honest
Come on.
guy. Hi,
Hey,
hi,
Bella.
Hi, Bella.
Hi,
He's
Bella.
single
Boy,
now.
he's
Hi,
single.
Come on.
But the marketing worked. So whatever I had in mind for that, it worked. I photoshopped the shit out of it. That was it.
Now
It
you did a
looked
good
so
job.
real.
Oh yeah, you did a
It
good
looked
job.
so real.
You got
So
me.
but I'm always honest, and I got a lot of people. I told some people that, yo, don't worry, it's Photoshop. They thought like the Brazzers checks were about to start rolling in, but unfortunately, I still got to work off your tips at Brick. So,
Yo, tip my boy, yo.
yeah, man.
Also,
Make sure.
shout out to Mickey too.
That's Mick, OG Mick. That's
OG
my
Mick.
guy, man.
We got to get Mickey
He
on
took
here.
me
He
on-
go
yo,
upside his head. Ask him
that
about
would
these
be an
workouts he's
interesting
been dodging.
podcast. That would be an interesting podcast.
sure.
I wrote him up a couple workouts. I think he told me he did like the first set and was done after that.
Yeah,
don't-
that sound like him.
Sound like
that
Mickey.
sound right.
Shout
Mickey,
out
you
to
ain't changed your shit. We got about you in contact.
shout out to
glasses
Des,
on.
man.
I think
That's
it's
my
that
boy.
time, Des.
It's my boy.
It's that time.
I think it's that time,
boy.
dog.
We got questions.
Uh-oh.
And
we
we
need
need some
answers.
answers.
All right, hold
So-
on then.
It's getting hot. He getting ready.
You know, I had to rep my guys.
That's it. Come on now.
You see this shirt?
Come
We're
on.
here.
We
boy.
ready now.
Hey.
All right, questions. I got answers.
So I'm gonna rip off some questions.
I got
It's,
answers.
You know, whatever you feel off the top, you just get it out there, and if you need to explain it, we'll explain it.
All right.
All right. First and foremost, Drake or Lil Wayne?
Drake.
Wow.
Whoa, that was a quick. I didn't even finish Lil
Yeah,
Wayne.
like
Okay.
It didn't matter who you said. It was Drake for me.
really.
Drake.
Why?
Drake.
Why Drake over Wayne?
Drake is my top dog, my favorite artist of all time. And the best part about music is it's all about your opinion,
Yes.
right? So Drake is my favorite, but he might be at the bottom of the list for some other people.
Right, right.
But I relate to Drake like on a different level because, you know what I mean? Just his lyrics just hit for me. And as I spoke before, you know, it's the best when you can, or when people can relate to me and I have artists that, you know, I relate to maybe more than other people do. So that obviously holds him, you know, a little bit higher on my list. But Drake's versatility is, I mean, like this dude been at the top for, I don't know how, we haven't seen a run this long
A long time.
Long
ever in
time.
music, you know what I mean? And he's tapped into I don't know how many genres. And, you know, the people that personally I don't agree with, but the people that hate on him, you know, doing the house stuff and then doing this and, oh, he's trying to be this and that.
That's a talent.
It's
That's being an artist.
Exactly. To me, that is amazing that he can do that and still stream the way he streams and still like be at the top.
That's
you know,
a
he
fact.
he goes from rap and then drops a house music and he's at the top of both charts.
Both charts.
You know what I mean? Like not everybody could do that.
Yeah.
And to me, a lot of artists are scared to reinvent themselves and scared to tap into different, you know, avenues.
For sure.
And he's not, and he does it so well.
That's
And
true.
yeah, I mean,
Drake is the guy.
People want to talk about his writing and, you know, he got this and that. I mean, there's some songs where I'm like, there's no way anybody, like, you know, his
It's
lyrics
him.
are
It's
just,
all him.
yeah, and they hit all, and music started that way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Back in the 80s, if you watch all the documentaries, like people just used to like take different songs and put their own twist on it. And it was just
Facts.
a new hot song.
Right.
So I think art is to be shared and to be created with other people. So being in the space, I never hated or you know thought any less of his work because of that. But he's top dog for me, man. He's the best. He's the best.
I also think a lot of people get help. And if we're in a room and we're all creating a song together and I'm rapping and you go, yo, Des, I think you should say this instead of that. Like that's considered help to some people, but
Yeah.
that happens to everybody.
I mean, I wish they could see behind the scenes, but there could be something like my engineer can just hum something that he hears and it creates inspiration for me. And I'm like, oh shit, I could do something with that cadence. And then I put my own twist on it. You
Yeah,
know what I
right.
mean? but
That's true
everything,
art
like you
right
get
there.
inspired as an artist. Like I'm driving down the street sometimes, I think of a line and I hit a red light and I got to put it in my
write it
phone
down.
before
Before you forget it,
I
yeah.
forget. Like inspiration comes from everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you can create with somebody else just makes it a lot better because obviously you know everybody thinks differently, and as they always say, you know, two minds is greater than one, right? Whatever that saying is, but like it's true in art. And with creation, like if you give somebody 10 people a camera, you might get 10 different pictures because everybody's seeing something different through the lens.
True.
You know what I mean? So, and then you put all that together and it's amazing. So, a lot of your favorite artists got crazy writers too. Some of them don't even write, you know what I mean? Some of them don't write at all.
Okay.
So, I think, you know, because it came out and because he's at the top,
Yeah.
they
Came
wanna
out a
do
little
that.
differently,
They
yeah.
came out differently. And you know, when you're up there, you know what I'm saying? They looking for any way to
That's
pull
it.
you
Yep.
down, bro.
Bucket of crabs.
Yeah, man. So, but Drake has
Drake over
been the
Wayne.
best.
That's
He's been the best for me. In my opinion.
yeah.
My opinion.
Next one, Jada Kiss or Styles P? Better lyricist. Now, I asked this question because we often have this discussion. I'm Jada Kiss, he's Styles P.
I said Styles P is the better lyricist, but when you're talking about performing
It's Jada.
and hip hop,
Of course.
it's Jada.
I mean, yeah, Jada, obviously, when you ask most hip hop heads who's better, right? You don't break it down to the lyricism because there's lyricism, there's performances, there's actually being able to make a song, right? So that's comes with the artistry. Jada's obviously, you know, most people would say that's tough, bro. That's tough.
Very
I'm gonna
tough.
probably have to go with Jada Kiss
Okay.
as well.
Okay.
No, this is.
I'm just
this
saying,
is-
that's-
he's
I'm gonna-
saying it as a performer.
No, I'm
no,
talking
no,
about
no.
lyrics.
Nah,
No.
you're not
I'm
listening.
talking about
You're
lyrics.
not
That was the
listening about
question.
lyrics, yo.
Nah, the lyrics was the question. And
Lyrics.
for me, Jada, like, you got to bring in the consistency factor too, bro. This dude, I feel like he never misses.
Nah, but y'all know Styles P has over 15 albums, right?
He's
Styles P
insane.
don't.
Styles P is insane.
Styles P don't. But it's not, when we say Jada over Styles, we're not saying Styles P is a bum.
Not at all.
No, not
He's
at
a
all.
beast.
Not at all.
And that's a hard question because
Yeah.
I feel like they're
They're
but
right there.
If you asking me,
It's tough.
I have to put somebody above the other. I'm probably gonna go with Jadakiss just because I think his consistency has reigned supreme over a lot of artists. Like there's not many people who still he could drop a verse tomorrow. I'm like, that's just dope.
Yeah.
Whether you know what I'm saying.
He's not top 5 dead or alive, but he's definitely top 10. And
Yeah.
and I think that like I would choose him over Styles P, but in my opinion,
When
I
it
think
comes to the lyrics.
SP is
SP
a different
the
kind of
ghost.
lyricist.
SP's delivery is
Crazy.
is crazy.
Nah, I'm gonna send you.
Send us some stuff.
I'm gonna send you that. Yo, I'm gonna
Ross
send
gonna
you
do
a
some
track
Right,
list.
Ross
I'm
gonna
be
send
like,
you
all
Yo,
right.
trust me, I still have Styles pop up on my playlist. Trust
Right.
me, and Jada. But yeah, if I had to pick one,
Going
I'm
with
gonna
Jada.
go with Jadakiss.
All right, last question like this. And we had this discussion. J. Cole or Busta Rhymes?
J. Cole, come on.
Okay.
J. Cole. Who
You
called
know-
Busta
All right,
Rhymes?
guess who
Busta,
picked what?
Me. First off, you're not listening to Busta?
I used
No,
to.
go
I ain't
to
listening
throwback.
no more. I'll be honest. I ain't listening no more.
Nah, of course not. But that's what we were arguing is like when Busta was
When he was at
around
his
J.
top.
Cole's age and his time.
Busta, he definitely
I think
spit some shit. But
I
J.
think
Cole all
he
day.
was a very influential person in
Come
music
on.
for sure. Like a lot of dudes wanted to start rhyming like Busta. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like the speed up and
Yep.
being able to deliver like that and still have bars in it. But come on, J. Cole is
J. Cole
different,
different.
bro. J. Cole is different.
Y'all not
he's also right up there with Drake. Like he's probably my number 2. To be
He-
honest,
he's
I
definitely-
love
he's my number
Drake.
one.
I love
He's
J.
with
Cole.
Drake.
He's
J. Cole.
in my list.
J. Cole's my number
J.
one,
Cole
yo.
is
And
J. Cole's your number one.
He's
in
my
my
number one
list.
right now. In my
J. Cole
list.
is different.
He's my number one.
J.
J.
Cole
Cole's
is
top 5 for
different.
me.
I'm shocked, yo.
Hold up, we need to send you some stuff now because J.
nah.
Cole got some verses that is like,
J. Cole
wow,
different.
Out this world.
Ross, come on.
wow.
I don't know, fellas.
Yo,
J.
J.
Cole
Cole,
is different.
J. Cole is like number
Right now,
25
top
on
2.
Ross'
No,
list.
no. All right,
Nah,
we
he ain't
talking about
25, he
in the
ain't
music.
25.
And
We,
the music right now.
we talking about in the music right now. He's not top 2, but I'm just saying on my list.
Oh, okay,
he
okay,
really
okay.
might be. I'd have to think about it, but I gotta put J. Cole at least in my top 3. Is Drake number 1 over anybody, and then J. Cole is right there, bro. He
up
is
there.
different.
I don't know,
I
fellas. Y'all
love
might
J.
have to.
Cole.
Y'all might have to rewind. Y'all might have to rewind.
We gotta have to
J. Cole
rewind.
is
Y'all
amazing,
gonna have to
man.
come over and
Gotta
listen
listen,
in
y'all.
my.
We're gonna have a
the real
listening party at
speakers.
XenHouse.
Yeah, the real speakers.
We're gonna put it
The
on
real
blast.
speakers.
We're gonna have a
J.
listening
Cole is
party.
that guy.
All right, next question. Who is the better baseball player? Travis Dawsimo or
Wow.
yourself?
Wow. Shout out.
For those of you who don't know,
Horrible.
Travis is his younger brother.
My brother.
You know how they say the younger brother usually the better athlete, taller. Why is, oh, okay. I thought you had.
Yo, he's had two. He's had two questionable answers. These past two questions. Let's see how you.
Who's the better baseball player?
Listen, that's little bro. Shout out to you, man. I got
okay.
so much love. I got so much love for little bro. But
Okay.
that younger athlete, the younger one, that shit is false.
Oh, so you out?
You
Because
see
I'm
how he
not.
looking
Because I'm
at
that guy.
He's letting it be
Yo,
known.
that guy.
That's three.
You got 24 hours to respond.
Yeah, you
yo.
gotta respond.
Trav, you know,
That's
Trav,
three
you know,
shaky answers.
all
yo.
you guys know Trav. He ain't responding. He barely
Yeah,
talks.
no, I was about to say.
he don't talk.
Yo, that's
he
another
comes in and
question,
gets
too.
his work in. Listen,
Yeah.
Trav is a beast. Trav is a beast.
And he will not
But-
say a word about it.
And it's crazy. He'll tell you too, but he's also like, oh, you know, he always looked up to me, and he don't want to say, you know, he wouldn't want to like be like,
He
oh yeah,
respects.
you know,
Yeah, it's
because my
respect.
brother is the, you know, I'm the one he looked up to, right? But he knows I was better. He had way better hands than me. Infield wise, dude was incredible, smooth as hell, but he wasn't fucking with me. He's still
Damn.
not. I still got it.
Trav, I know
got
you,
it.
Trav, I know you don't want to say it, but we're gonna need you to
You
say
gonna have to
it.
say
Yo, hold on. I got a
I love
question.
Trav, but I think he'll be honest too. He's an honest guy.
Okay.
I think he'll keep it a buck with everybody if he ever
If
talks.
he responds.
If he ever
He
talks
probably
to the world.
Yo, just put a photo up. Trav's just gonna be like this.
Yo, the most genuine kid ever. If he ever
Facts.
talks to the world, I think he'd be honest and say that I was the better player.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yo, so explain this to me though. Why every time we've played basketball, you've given Alex and Des buckets?
I'm
Not me though.
Oh, okay.
not Ross. That's
Why
because
is
Ross
Ross
don't ever
talking
want.
like
That's
he
because Ross don't
actually-
ever
Ross
want to guard me.
he must think he a basketball player, Ross.
That's because Ross don't ever want to guard me. He sticks
Right,
them on me.
He tried to play defense on Big G, like dudes that can't move.
Alex want to guard all the small people, and he want to put me on G.
I'm always guarding the 6'9" dude all the time. He 300
Alex,
pounds.
get down on the block.
Alex,
To the basket.
Alex be pulling up at half like LeBron.
Oh, man.
LeBron.
buckets too.
Make
Nah.
you just not want to play anymore,
Listen,
yo.
man, we're all competitive. We're all athletes. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't get out on the court and just, you know, it's fun. We always have a great time.
we
But
have a good
I'm
time.
competitive. So, like, you know, I'm trying to get my buckets, and whoever's, you know,
It don't
whoever's,
matter.
whoever's
It don't
guarding,
matter who.
it don't matter whoever's guarding me, you know, if I'm playing well that day. And, you know what I mean? I'm not acting like I'm out here. I could bust everybody's ass, but. You know,
Yeah, get some
I get
buckets.
my buckets. I'm decent. I'm not a bad player. So unfortunately, if
real.
you've been on the wrong end of the stick, I apologize. But
buckets.
I'm competitive. So whether it's pick up or not, I don't really want to lose. And I love hoop too. So I'm you know, always working on the game. And I gotta get my buckets.
Yeah,
no
that's it.
matter
Ross
who.
trying to-
Don't matter
Ross
who.
trying to start
On
trouble.
that too, I also wanted to, you know what I'm saying, like you didn't really mention it, but he also works with the kids too. You know what I'm saying? He had my nephew Ty turned up at One Up. You know,
My
like
boy
these
Ty,
dudes, the
man.
same way we was putting in some work, right? During COVID, like, you know, him, Jeff, you know, all the other guys
D,
were
Chris
yeah,
F's,
Yep.
Philly D,
Philly D, you know what I'm saying?
Dust.
Like,
Shout out to everybody
it
that was
was-
a part of it.
yo, they were grinding, you know what I'm saying? And like I
Putting the
trusted
youth to
them.
work.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
trusted them with my
On the
nephew,
open
and
runs.
they put in a lot of work with the young boys and the young girls. So like, you know what I'm saying? Shout outs to them because
Yeah,
we
man.
appreciated that. That was
That's
some
real.
good work.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. It's awesome to like work with the kids. A lot of people who aren't in the field don't really understand that. They think it's just, you know, come in here, bust their ass, and but like you really get a relationship with these kids, and you really do want to see them grow. At least I know I do, and I know you guys. That's why you do it as well. Everybody talks so highly of you guys when they leave here and whatnot, but it's just a genuine thing when you get to see the kids improve, and when they send you a video of them dunking for the first time, and it's like they're proud, and you know what I mean. They know that you helped them get there, and that's an amazing feeling.
Yep.
So that's why we do it.
I got two more for you.
Mhm.
So we all know Danny, owner of Brick House. He has a son named Benny.
Yep. East.
Benny plays baseball. Can Benny strike you out right now?
Hell no.
He can't strike you out.
Hell no.
Absolutely not.
So with 3 pitches,
3 pitches.
I mean, what if
Benny not getting 1 strike?
Oh, I'm not saying that. Is he a pitcher? I thought he was a catcher.
He plays third, but he
too.
can't pitch. He's not
Okay.
pitching right now, but he
Okay.
can pitch.
Nah, I don't think he's striking me out. I still got it.
You still got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I still got it. I mean, we might have to find out.
Benny,
But
you got 24 hours to respond.
24. We
Respond,
giving everybody
Benny.
24
24,
hours.
that's it.
He's
After
a
that-
beast, though. I seen
We
he
went
was
to a
getting
game.
it in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was working.
Yo, he's a beast, bro.
Yeah,
You're not messing
Benny
around.
work.
God damn. I heard he hits bombs too.
Yeah,
I heard he's a great hitter. But I mean, I don't think.
You're not trying to hear that.
Nah, I don't think
It's
so.
not happening.
I don't think it's happening.
Benny, step your game up.
I don't
he
think
said.
it's
Benny,
happening.
24, yo.
Is Benny striking Alex out?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
I
not.
didn't need to answer.
Fuck out.
I'm not gonna front.
they always have that debate. Him and Benny always have that
Benny,
debate.
eat your Wheaties before you fucking throw any pitches this way.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is the last one. This is probably one of the best questions we have.
Love
but
it.
if you can go back and give your 18-year-old self a piece of advice, one piece, what would that be? To the young Doss. What you were B. Whitey at that time.
And
To the
before
young
that, he
B.
was
Whitey.
Brandon.
Before that, he was Brandon. The young B. Whitey.
Speaking of, I cannot get rid of that nickname. I
Oh,
hate
it's
it.
with you.
I hate it. It's stuck.
You
It's
hate
stuck
it?
forever. Yeah, I hate it. I hate it, bro. I mean, everybody knows me as that, so it's kind of cool to be, like have that nickname, right? But like B Whitey, that shit sucks, bro. And I literally stuck, and people didn't even know my real name. at
Really?
Stamford
Before
High.
that?
I swear, bro. People would be like, one of my boys told me a story. He was like, "Yo, I'm going to get lunch with Brandon." They're like, "Who?" I'm like, Brandon. Brandon who? Brandon Dossimo. Who's that? B Whitey. Oh, I swear. And like, I don't know. I don't like the nickname. People thought my last name was Whitey or White or something,
Chill
but
out.
yeah,
Okay.
it's a nickname that I would prefer not to hear anymore. But unfortunately, it's stuck. And we
yours
again,
now.
it's come back to the Stanford thing. It's where we come from. So
Yep.
like,
We ain't
I'm-
gonna tell you Dez's nicknames from high school. But
yeah, I mean, we all have our questionable pasts and the names we were called, but B Whitey is one that stuck, and I can't get rid of that shit. But they gonna know this one soon.
Okay.
You know, they gonna know
That's
this one
it.
soon. But
Let it be known.
what I would tell to my 18-year-old self, just stay the course and believe in yourself and what is meant to be. I used to overthink a lot and always want everything to be perfect, and I had to have a lot of control over everything.
right.
And that caused me a ton of stress, right? And I was always like, if I put the work in, it's going to be perfect. And if I prepare, it's going to be perfect. Or why can't this go exactly how I want it to? And that's just not how it works.
Nope.
You know what I mean? And perfect is fiction, and it's not a real thing. So I had to accept that. And now that I have and been, working on my spiritual side and, everything else, and it's a lot less,
Stressful,
hard on the
yeah.
mental when you can accept that like things are going to be out of your control and the universe just works how it's supposed to and everything happens for a reason.
That's a true fact.
And when I was younger, it was just like, man, if I had a bad game, I'm hard on myself, and then it carries over to the next game, and then then you go into a slump or whatever. You're overthinking everything, and I just wanted to be perfect, and I had to let that go. But I wish I knew that younger. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I just would have played a lot looser. I would have made a lot more decisions that didn't,
affect your play.
affect not even playing, just my life, where I was like, all right, I have to have control on this, and I'm making this decision so that I can't have control on it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That played a part in a lot of my decisions. But again, everything happens for a reason. I love where I'm at right now, and
That's
I love
real.
the person that I am. So
Get
it is
in,
what it
get
is.
in tune with your chakras, people.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Get that connection going. Get
real.
right. Get right.
It's real. Yeah. Once I started my mental health journey and my spiritual journey, a lot of things have changed. You know what I'm saying? It
How it works.
definitely does help. Definitely does
Ground
help.
yourself.
Yeah, for real. It does.
For all the people, let them know how they can get in contact you with all your social media platforms
Yeah,
and
you
your
can
music
follow me.
and everything.
Yeah, follow me at Real Doss, Real DOSS on Instagram, TikTok. TikTok is booming, like Alex said. Unfortunately, it's only for the bartending, but I'm integrating some music stuff as well. The music is gonna be going crazy on
Check
there
out
soon.
the content, y'all.
Content is there. You're gonna laugh. Well, you're gonna laugh or see some bars.
Yeah,
So either way, you're gonna have a good time up there. Spotify, DOS. You can follow me on that. Apple. I got a lot of stuff on the way. I'm excited to share all the new stuff I've been working on. And yeah, that's it, man. I appreciate everybody's support, everybody who taps in with me, especially you guys.
Yeah,
I've known you since way before all of this stuff. So
yeah,
yeah,
the
love
work.
that,
Yo,
man.
tell this dude
Support
to
is awesome.
drop a video to
streaming.
Virgil, yo. Drop that music video to Virgil.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
Yo, I can't lie. Tell you guys, and I'm gonna show you after this. The people can't see it yet, but I have one of the best videos I've ever created, and personally, I think it might be one of the best videos to ever come out of Stanford on the way. Me and Mike Squires. It's amazing,
Wait for
amazing.
it.
It's called
Need
Yay
that.
High. I'll give you that information. Yay
Yay
High.
High.
Yay High is on the way. And if Dez picks up a camera, maybe we'll shoot Virgil.
You know, that's media. Come on.
Media.
We're going to make it happen.
Out here.
Yo, we appreciate you coming through,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Much love, man. I
Dope
appreciate
interview.
you guys as always.
man. We rolling,
We
fellas.
rolling. We signing out.
I
Episode
appreciate you
27.
tap in. Make sure you tap in with the XenHouse guys, man. Not the podcast, but just everything that they do. Everything
on.
that they do.
Come
whether
on.
you work out or not, whether you want to come get it in or not, it's just positivity,
That's it.
laughs, great vibes. That's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
Appreciate
Come on.
you, yo. For the town, yo. The works.
That's
It
it.
works.
Signing off.
Be whitey.